Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be talking once more about Lucid Motors, and today we're going to hopefully give you a good amount of updates relating towards this one, how I expect it to trade within the next few days, some technical analysis, institutional buyers activity, and if we can find any analyst recommendations, even though I really doubt that they're out there, but we'll go through that as well. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. So, Lucid Motors, I did talk about Lucid Motors before, multiple times before, as the title suggests, so my last video is in the description below. But in relations to Lucid Motors, there's a lot to talk about. So, specifically, in terms of the SEC filings. So, on the SEC filings here, we get to see that there is a vote in relations to the combination with Lucid Motors and Churchill Capital, also known as CCIV. And this one here, so far, there has been an overwhelmingly, basically approval of both the proposals in the business of the combination between the two. And so this one will for sure pass through. And there is currently a special meeting that has been postponed to Friday, July 23rd, 2021, Eastern Standard Time at 9 a.m. Now, in today, that's 22nd, there was a conference call at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so we get to see that there is a lot of attention relating towards Churchill Capital in the last few weeks, but coming to the question to what will happen next. So in terms of institutional buyers, it seems that some of them have liquidated. For instance, GWM Advisors liquidated their position by around 42% today. Value Financial reduced their position by around 646. Both of them had an average of around 25.98. And Ambulance Wealth Counselors added around 2,800% more shares at a total accumulative shares of around 32,423. Now, Silway Assets on the same day, on the 21st, liquidated around 7.59%, bringing down their shares to around 107,000. Now, again, a lot of these people liquidating their shares, they're cutting some losses because as you get to see, their average is around $26. You get to see others, for instance, adding, like AE Wealth Management adding around 78% of the shares. Royal Bank of Canada liquidated 90.49% of their shares, bringing down their shares total to 12,533. Manchester Financial and First Command Advisors liquidated their positions, and you get to see it's a bit mixed. Some people adding, some people selling, some people hedging by adding puts or calls. And so it is a bit of a mixed thing, but so far I would say it's a bit more bullish than bearish for people buying, but the people selling are just cutting some losses down from their averages of around $25, $26. Now, in terms of insiders, we don't have any information because, again, there's a reverse merger going on, so I don't expect much going on from there. Before moving on, if you'd like to join our Discord, it's in the description below, totally free. We're not trying to upsell you anything, and there's a bunch of people on there that are nice, so head to the trading floor. Also, don't forget to subscribe and leave notifications on button. It helps my channel a lot. If also you dropped a like if you enjoyed this video so far. If you didn't, mention in the comments why. We'll try to improve that next time. And speaking of YouTube here, we do have Lucid Motors channel. And I do suggest that you go ahead and watch this one here. This is a message for CCIV stockholders by Peter Ralston. Now it does look animated a little, but it really does look like a futuristic cyberpunk kind of thing a little bit, but they're basically the gist of this video, which is almost only a minute and 21 cents. Basically, they're saying, hey, please vote. He's heading to Arizona. He expects that this one is really exciting, whether you're Robinhood traders with diamond hand or you're an investor with a personal portfolio, and make sure that you tune in for the next meeting, which is, again, July 23rd on Friday. Now, we did cover a bit of previously this chart, and this is really a chart that I showed so many times on my Discord. And it basically does show you that after the merger, often what happens is that it drops, even for companies in relations towards EV. I believe this chart was actually Highland, which is also an EV. I do like that company as well, but it did really drop significantly after the merger for one reason, because a lot of people started looking at, like, what now? What's the next PR? And we do know for Lucid, there is a lot of PRs relating towards delivery of the Lucid Air at the end of the year, which is massive. But there is a little bit of uncertainty with some people that are saying, or basically almost like a behavior, that you tend to sell right after the merger or the ticker changes. And if you were to look back into Nuclear, for instance, it did jump initially for the first few days and then drop. Now, I'm not talking back to all the other things relating towards Nuclear, but I'm talking about the early days where it was hyped as a SPAC. So be very careful of that. We'll talk about that in a second. But before then, let's move on towards technical analysis. Now, from a technical analysis perspective, we start taking a look into the 1 month, 1 day perspective. The current 50 SMA line is at 23.28. Anything above there is bullish on the moving averages. Below there, bearish. The 200 SMA is 19.92. So the 50 SMA is a good line to take a look at. 30 EMA and the 10 SMA are touching, so we're not going to take a look at that. It basically means they can move either directions. And the 80X suggests it's more of a sloppy sideways movement. Although the monthly percent R is kind of between neutral, it's neither overbought or oversold, and the MACD seems to be going on towards the positive side, more of into a bullish reversal, and that's really a great thing. So we need to wait a few days, perhaps sometime next week, in order to test that positive reversal. Momentum is still negative at negative 3.50. So again, we got to be very, very careful when trading this one relating towards the SPAC movement. In terms of stochastic fast and stochastic slow, both are somewhere in the middle, suggesting there might be another leg up for this one, but it's neither confirmed or denied. And in terms of the moving average bands, you can expect that this one would trade at 27.74 on the top, 25.22 in the middle, and in the bottom 22.70. Now, the Bollinger Bands expect that this one trades at 28.78 on the top, and in the bottom, 21.66. So currently, it's more closer to the bottom range. So you might expect it to bounce back up to the top range. Volumes are very low compared to the early run, so that's another thing to worry about if you're looking for another run. Although you could actually get massive influx of volume right after the changing of the ticker, or right before. So that could be something to look for. In terms of the Fibonacci retracements, you're seeing a significant support that is really critical at 2265. Resistances 3071, 3723, 4375, and 5303. In terms of a price line action, you're seeing significant support levels sitting at 2257. Below there, you're looking at 2194. Below there, 2132, 1962, going down to 1819, going to 1712, and down to 1515. Significant resistances can be seen on 2427, going upwards to 2659, going upwards to 2918, and then up to 3258, going to 3544 and 4170, and then from there 5046 and above. And in terms of analyst recommendations, I can't find any from my platform, so I'll assume that there will be an influx of analyst recommendations after the ticker is changed. So we did talk about it. Monday, we'll have the new ticker, so that will be all exciting as well by Monday. And really, a lot of these questions that a lot of people have is in relations to, should we buy more, average down, average up, what's going on? And there is a really strong resistance point, as you get to see, relating towards almost 30 bucks. Anyone who bought above the 30 bucks, those are massive resistances. Anyone who bought in these 4 candles are looking to at least breaking even. Well, at least some of them, or majority of them. Some of them are really happy about their 64.86 average. If you are, keep it for yourself. Now, a lot of people got burnt from buying up on high. So you got to know that these will be very hard resistances to break through. But I really think that this company has a massive amount of future, really are going on towards a market that could be questionably untapped relating towards luxury EV. Although I don't know if something like Benz EVs or hybrids and stuff really count in that category, and this one is in addition towards it. But it claims that it's the only market or only person competing for that market. And it claims that Tesla is innovative but not luxury, which somewhat is correct, or at least for a majority of their car vehicles or models. But I think they have a couple, you can say luxury Tesla. I've never seen a poor person drive a Tesla. It's not a Corolla. But anyway, in that sense, I do anticipate that this company would double in the next 5 years or so. I mean, double as in growth, not a stock price. Stock price probably in the next year or so. This can be one day just be reaching $100, given that the stock market doesn't drop down. At least that's my opinion. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.